All right. Well, we're doing something pretty cool today, something that I'm personally very excited to do. Sven from Aborted has asked to do a feature on an Aborted song, which is awesome and a huge honor considering I've been a fan of that band for a long time. We had the privilege of touring with them on the Lorna Shore run. This video probably won't come out for a while, not until the song is obviously released and I'm able to talk about this and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this will be my first time doing vocals in a while. So I'm going to be doing kind of like a lot of trial and error for this feature. As you can see, there's some parts laid out here at the top with markers that I set in there because on the lyric sheet that Sven has sent me, there's bolded out lyrics. I'll bring them over so you can see. They look like this, and this is kind of like my reference sheet to go off of whatever's going on in the song. And then yeah, I have them marked out throughout the song as they come as well. So I mean, I don't really necessarily like Sven didn't tell me to do anything in particular in terms of like style of vocals. He was just like, do your thing and make it work, which I will happily oblige to do. So I'm going to be trying out some stuff here and there and seeing what I can do. I might add some extra stuff as well. I always find like with doing features, it's better to give more than just give less and tell them to work with it, because if they need more, you have to track more. So you might as well just give more if you can, right? So we're going to do that. I'll kind of talk about how I have my session laid out and what is required of me. So I'm obviously recording everything mono. I'm using an SM7B for my microphone. I just have a Scarlett 4i4 for my interface. And then, yeah, I'm just running my pretty standard vocal chain. So for the main vocals, I have to record 2 layers. They're usually always doubled. So I have to keep those ones similar. They have to basically sound the same twice. Really, beefs up the main track and makes it sound pretty fucking hefty. And then below that, I have layer tracks, which are the wide pan ones. So like for focal point lines, I'll use this to widen out a part. It's left and right. I usually have them split like 60% to 80% depending on the part. I often find that for doing like low layers, I spread them out pretty wide, like almost 89%. And then for kind of mids, I do about 60, and then for highs I do 50. I don't know why. I just kind of like made that up in my mind, but that's just kind of always what I've done. I don't want to go super crazy with tracks, otherwise it's just going to be a mess and going to be sending way too much. But I digress. This should be more than enough. So for the files that they sent me, Aborted sent me a click track, which was very, very handy because there was no tempo file that I could import, so the click was great, but I still wanted to make sure that my cuts were accurate to the tempo, so I went in by hand and figured out what the tempo changes were to, a certain extent, because at the end of the song there's a slowdown and it's gradual. So you can see over in the top there, it goes from, the whole song is mostly 155, and then at the end it goes 150, 145 to 137.5, and then I think it's 120, 70, 65. So just to make sure that when I'm editing that my cuts are accurate and they're not loose and off, I wanted to make sure that the tempo map made sense. So, but the click track helped. After that, there's basically a demo version of the song that has all of the vocals that Sven tracked, obviously, his vision for the song. The track below that, as you can see, is Sven only, so it'll only be Sven's parts, and then the other parts are omitted. So that will most likely be what I am doing, which will be the track that I reference for recording, most likely. And that's it. So let's kind of get started and see what we can do here. So there is one in here that I mislabeled, and I'm supposed to say or double Antichrist at the very, very beginning in that part. So let's just fucking start there. Antichrist. I think I'm gonna double pan that with lows. Antichrist. Antichrist. Sounds pretty cool. I'll beef it up with some mains as well. I'll probably do highs, I think. Antichrist. A little bit breathy on that. We'll do it again. Antichrist. I have the vocals set pretty dry right now because running, delay and reverb with all of the vocals while tracking just like drags my CPU through the fucking goddamn roof. So just gonna keep doing it this way. All right, so let's skip forward to the next part, which is a double again on the line, the Brotherhood of Sleep. I'm going to have to hear the reference in the original because obviously it's omitted in the Sven version because it's the one that we're supposed to do. I think I'm going to do that in a goblin-y-esque high, but layered with lows again. The Brotherhood of Sleep. Yeah, let's do that. I might actually do it over the original. It's a little bit easier. The Brotherhood of Sleep. The Brotherhood of Sleep. The Brotherhood of Sleep. Sounds pretty cool. So I think the next part coming up is the actual main, what I would say, focal point feature that is pretty much just me. So. All right, so I'll bring the lyrics in so that you guys can read along and see what I have to say here. So I think I'm probably going to do more of like a MIDI, like Vincent from the Acacia Strain kind of thing for that, and then layer with a low high again near the end of it. So I might actually reverse it, do a low, and then layer it with highs. But yeah, I want to do like a mid-high thing on everything else. Satanic science of malicious and corrupting, enslave humanity. Corrupting, enslave humanity. Satanic science of malicious and corrupting, enslave humanity. Satanic science of malicious and corrupting, enslave humanity. Let's try it as a high, just see if it makes any difference. Satanic science of malicious and Satanic science of malicious and corrupting, enslave humanity. Gonna roll with that. That's kind of cool. All right, now the maybe I'll do the doubles first. I saw malicious and corrupting, enslave humanity. Last little line. Fresh up a ball, kiwi seeds. Fresh up a ball, kiwi seeds. All right, what's next? Long scream underpart. Let's see what that's all about. All right, well, I'm basically going to keep that scream going throughout that whole part. Just do something crazy. Let's do something low and fucking brutal for the layers. Right. I think this is like the quote-unquote breakdown call-out thing of the song. So this is like a whole part. This will be really, really cool. For your God. Do like a mid thing. Never your God as his brain spreads the cancer. Never your God as his brain spreads the cancer. Never your God as his brain spreads the cancer. Said the line wrong. Fuck. Never your God as his brain spreads the cancer. As his brain spreads the cancer. Probably lows for that, and then layer with highs, I'd say. All of silence, like corrupted by dead. Wake up to kiss. That's gonna sound pretty fucking mean if you ask me.
Wake up,
Maybe roll some R's.
from the use plus one, pure chaos.
Comes forth. Fuck.
From the use comes forth, pure chaos.
Dope.
Manipulate the wake. The blood of sleep. Manipulate the wake.
All right, so I obviously double layered the shit out of that part because it's kind of like the focal point thing. But now the end of the song, there's some things that are kind of left up to interpretation. So I don't know. I might just play around with this and see if they would want to use any of this stuff. But I don't know. It's going to be there. So if they want it, they got it. I think I might actually double Sven on his last line. I'll bring up the lyrics so you can see it. And then do whatever you want at the end. I don't really know what to do. I was thinking about maybe repeating some lyrics that kind of match up with the rhythm of what the fuck is going on, but I don't know. We'll see what I can come up with. But first, I want to double this line with Sven.
The visions of hell and the lonely man young, the sailors they pack on boats in the most gruesome climate. The sailors they pack on boats in the most gruesome climate. This is not a drag, but the end complex.
I might just say the Brotherhood of Sleep at the end. Yeah, I'll try and do that. Now the hard part's going to be duplicating that. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for the song. Yeah, let's see what they end up taking, what they end up using or not, and come back and whenever this is released and see what's left, and I'll obviously put up the original or the final version and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching me through this whole process. I hope it's cool. Once again, thanks Aborted and thanks Sven for asking us to do this. It means a fucking lot, and we'll see you in the future.